Hey there, YouTube family. This is Josh with Stocks with Josh, and this is an extension of Wall Street Wednesday's Crypto Edition with Mr. Jones.
Hey, what's up, good people? Crypto Edition?
Crypto Edition, yes, yes.
Okay.
So hey,
we make up words.
Well, hey, so a lot of interesting things happening in crypto. We got to give it its own spot of attention. Larry and I, we were actually talking before we got the cameras rolling, and we were talking about everything that's going on with UST.
Right.
It's not USDT Tether, it's UST, part of the Terra Luna ecosystem. And we were just commenting on the politics of it, that, that here we had a lot of politicians just a number of months ago say that what they were most concerned about regulating, go ahead, Larry,
is stablecoin. And Janet Yellen was one of them. She was leading the charge, actually. And she actually spoke on it on the Hill today.
I mean, it is a very scary thing. I mean, you're told that these are stable coins pegged to the dollar, essentially.
Right.
Now, a lot of people some may not even know what a stable coin is, right? They're basically on-ramps to purchasing crypto. So when you purchase crypto, you're purchasing a pair. So it might be Bitcoin Tether, it might be Bitcoin USD or Bitcoin USDC. And these are basically pairs that on-ramp you to those cryptos. Now, they're meant to be pegged to the dollar. And like Tether is backed, supposedly, dollar for dollar, right? And UST was not going to be backed by the dollar. It was actually going to be backed, I believe, by Bitcoin and other assets. And so it is essentially been the first essential run on the bank in crypto. I'm actually surprised that it's not having a bigger impact, a bigger negative impact, but I do believe that it's going to play a big role in the coming regulation.
I do too. And it's almost as if it's contrived.
It's felt that way to me too. Like maybe there was a targeted attack.
It's got suspect written all over it. It was just the timing of it, the attack, and anyway, I'm not going to say anything.
And I'm going to add to this. I read an interesting report the other day that 90% of banks are currently looking at creating their own stable coin. So there is a massive need, I think, by the federal government to regulate this space, to tell the banks, what they can do with that.
Right.
So, hey, we're going to take a look at cryptos today. We're going to talk briefly about Bitcoin. Before we begin, please hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. And if you want the crypto that you're interested in to be talked about on Wall Street Wednesdays, throw it in the comment section right now. We're not going to cover the same stuff from week to week. I probably will talk about Bitcoin, but the rest will be different. We're not covering meme coins right now because this is, meme coins, you got to remember, they can be an extremely hot asset with an amazing multiple when they're running up. Not in this environment, okay? We've got to be looking at coins. We might be in the bearish winter. I'm not sure of that yet. I listen to a lot of people, who express different opinions. When we broke below, the range of 32,000, a lot of people said that confirms that we're in the bearish winter. But I will tell you that I've seen this alignment between Bitcoin and the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ.
And that's more correlated with the NASDAQ. It started with the S&P earlier, and now there's more correlation with the NASDAQ.
Yeah, and if that correlation is occurring right now, why wouldn't we imagine that it could continue? So if the S&P and NASDAQ begin to move up, maybe we are not going to move down as hard in the bearish winter as we might have in previous years. But yeah, we're going. I'm not telling you to go dump all your meme coins. I'm just telling you that right now I would say that I'm focusing on more legacy projects, ones that I think will be here in the next bull run. So we're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin. So we are looking where, right now it's running. It's actually 1,051 up. We're filming this on Tuesday before Wednesday. So tomorrow's CPI numbers could have a big impact on this. I'm going to tell you, though, that we have to defend, the bulls have to defend this current area, 30,000. If we drop below, some people say that we will just flush right through 28. I'm going to tell you that I've identified between 24,000 and 26,000 as an area where we could actually move to. And yes, it will bring down all of your favorite cryptos. No crypto will be spared if Bitcoin
plummets that much. The altcoins will
get hurt
plummet
more,
way more on a percentage basis.
Correct.
Way more.
Traditionally, Bitcoin has retraced 85% from its peak at the bottom of the bear market. And so as a rule of thumb, we can easily look at that, and we'll do that on a couple of these, where we would be if we have already been through the bull run, and if we're going to come 85% down on some of our favorite cryptos, where would that put us? I'm going to show you on the cryptos that we're looking at today.
Okay.
One more thought. I have consistently traded crypto one way, and Larry's going to give his approach to crypto. But I have, every single time the market's been in turmoil like this, I go and look at the greed and fear index. And anytime the fear index has been at where it's at right now, I have been fearful the way everybody else has, but I have said, you know what? I'm going to buy. Right? You buy when others are fearful. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and load up on crypto, but I will tell you that I am challenging myself right now to stick to that discipline, to buy when people are fearful. And the fear index is hitting that low range right now.
And you know, every major purchase that with the exception of one, every major purchase I've made in crypto was actually after it tanked.
Yep.
20, 25, 30%. And remember, when I first started this in 2020, 2021, that was the only time I bought, when it was tanking, and then it rebounded.
Well, you should only need to learn that lesson one time.
That's it.
That these things can move.
Yes.
And you buy when they're 30% down.
That's true.
But right now we're looking at a much lower ranges down. Okay, I'm going to jump us into
We're
Bitcoin.
in a bear market.
Yeah. Can you throw me into Bitcoin?
Sure.
So I'm just going to point out, guys, some things that I see. One of the biggest things that we needed that we are getting right now is volume. We did have that big red bar, but it is currently, volume is coming into Bitcoin right now, and that's a great sign. That's an extremely important sign. Again, we don't often enter the oversold. When we have, it has led to a swing up. We entered it here, and again, we did get a movement up, and we've entered it here. That does not automatically mean that the market's going up, but I'm going to say that the number one positive thing that I can point out to you guys right now is this volume. I'm loving the volume right now in Bitcoin.
Yes.
So hey, we're going to jump right into Deso. Just take a minute and discuss what Deso is. It's decentralized social media, so this is a hot crypto with a great idea, with awesome backers. The fundamentals, in my mind, are solid. It's got a lot of support, but I still think it's a bit rich. And we don't know where the bottom is, because I want to remind everybody that when these projects come out, a lot of the development team is paid in the crypto itself. Yes. And so, there's going to be a period of time. Now, if these guys think we're going into a bearish winter.
It's like mining.
Yep.
How to get paid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If these guys think we're going into a bearish winter, and they've just got, they've been putting in long hours on this project, and they're waiting to get waiting for this to go public so they can buy a car, a house, pay for, tuition, whatever the case may be, and they think we're moving into a bearish winter, they're going to be motivated to sell. So I believe in Deso. I think it's a great project. I'm keeping my eye on it, but I am not convinced that we have found a base. I'm going to take you guys into the chart, and I'm going to just remind you what we look for in the charts. So this is Deso, and again, it really has come out and has been selling off, okay? These candles, I talked to you guys about these candles with the really tall wicks on the top. They're extremely bearish. So when the price ran up, it just faced selling pressure, okay? And, so we have had really just a steady leveling down on Deso, right? It's had lower lows, lower highs, and then lower lows, and here we are at a lower low. And in this case, we have this monumental red candle but we have yet to be followed up with a green candle. I'm not saying that you couldn't consider taking a position. I'm going to tell you that this is my buy price on this right now is around $10. I might revise that, but again, I don't own Deso right now. But I just am going to begin to look at it if we come down closer to $10 on Deso.
And I will also tell you this. Anything that we say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell
Thank you, Larry.
stocks or crypto. Listen, good people, now's not the time to be dumping a lot of money into anything right now. Stocks and crypto are currently a falling knife. Name a stock, I'll name you a falling knife. Name a crypto, falling knife. Overall. And so that's why if you're going to enter in that position, even at $10, do not take all your money and just dump in at once. DCA.
Absolutely. And you know, when Bitcoin ran up to 48K in these recent days, I used it as an opportunity to rebalance my portfolio. I cashed up big time, and I'll tell you that I only wish I cashed up more. Yeah. And I was really glad that I did that reorganization.
Yes.
So I agree with what Larry's saying. So hey, we're going to jump right now into Tezos, but we're going to talk about it first. Larry, you've traded Tezos quite a while. We talk and have traded Tezos quite a bit over the last year. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, most of my Tezos, I actually still have. So I've been more of a accumulating Tezos rather than trading. I have done some trading because you bent my arm and forced me to do it. But then whenever Tezos went through a period where it was selling off more than the other crypto. Yeah. And you know, with crypto, for me, this is just Larry, it's not in any book. Let's say the market falls and all of the altcoins fall by about 10%, 10, 11, 12%. Then I see one that falls 18%.
Yeah, I've heard you share this before. It's a good idea.
I go to the one that has fallen 18 to 20%. And it has, especially in my swings, because the next day I'm up 18, 20, 22% sometimes in a day. And then I trade, but then I also keep some at a lower price. So I like it. I think it's growing. It's not a hype coin. It's a platform that has other use cases that platforms are built on. And so
it's really popular right now with gaming. Yeah, a lot of people are choosing to build on there. Yep. There's a lot better scalability to Tezos. It's built on the Ethereum blockchain. Yep. And there's a lot of NFT projects that have been built on it.
And everything that I'm heavily invested in are the platforms that NFTs are going to be built on.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, let's look at what's going on with the price. So, are we in the charts, Larry?
There we go.
Okay, so I'm just gonna show you guys where we're currently at. From the last peak to where we're currently sitting, we are 78% down. And the main point I'm going to draw out to you guys is this: the most that a crypto should fall is 85% from its top, right? Technically, I mean, we are possibly within 5% of seeing an absolute bottom for Tezos.
Tezos is in a crypto winter.
It has preceded the crypto winter. And there's a lot of liquidity to Tezos, which I think there's a lot more active trading on Tezos as a coin. Yeah. Because even when other coins were seeing a certain degree of movement, Tezos would see more.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But I'm not, again, we're not pushing coins, we're not pumping coins.
As a matter of fact, let me caution, I'm going to say this, over 18,000 cryptos, a lot of these, not Tezos, but a lot of these altcoins, about 80% of them will no longer exist in years to come.
I think it's a very valid point. Yes. And I'm going to just add to it that a lot of people may not know that the top 10 coins from the previous bull run are not the same as the top 10 coins in this bull run. Yes. So it just tells you right away that big projects that people might have buckled down on and DCA'd during the bearish winter did not come back and hit their all-time highs.
Yep. And so you may ask then, why are you in it? This is what Larry does. It may not be what Josh do in crypto, but it's what Larry does in crypto. I use the altcoins to feed my main coins. I scale up, scale up, scale up, right? And then I turn around, take my profits, and I put it into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Polygon, Cardano, and even some of, Tezos, and even some of the newer ones like a little crypto, but Mana. So these are the ones that I actually pour money into.
Hey, you guys just got, Larry's crypto portfolio.
That's it. That's it. So that's
something
what
to think about.
That's the only thing I use the altcoins for.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
I cash up and then I continue to feed the more stable.
Guys,
coins.
sometimes the way that we trade is way more important than the hot pick or the hot crypto. Sometimes it's the subtle disciplines that we're talking about.
Absolutely, and that's not fundamental or technical. That's psychology trading, and you know as well as I know, I've made more money in 2021 by psychology trading than anything.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we're going to talk about Mana. That one has been punished. And I think in a previous video, I actually I think I mentioned last Wednesday that I felt that Mana and Sand had a lot of weakness in the charts, right? And I even said that there was a much higher interest in ApeCoin. I think that
yes, you did.
That Meta, some of these other Meta projects are being punished because the money was flowing into ApeCoin, right?
Right.
I think that Mana. I'm just going to tell you that anything can happen in this market, but we're going to look at Mana the way we looked at Tezos. How far down from the top are we?
Yes.
Are we already at a place where you could begin to DCA in?
Right.
I can tell you,
I haven't touched any Mana in months.
That's true, and you were wise not to.
Yeah, because it's falling knife.
Yeah, I will tell you at $1.11. I personally think that, again, I'm way out. Larry might slap my hand here.
That's all right. Let's look at it.
Mana is, in my mind, I see it as a $5, $7, $9 coin. That's how I see it. Okay, and so $1,000, at $1.11 would roughly, putting that into Mana. That's my view. So you guys, do what you feel you need to do.
Right.
If Mana emerges, through this bearish winter, that's $7,000. So that I like that multiple, and this the main point I want you to take away with both Mana and Tezos is the risk to the downside. Let's say I buy $1,000 at $1, right? And it drops 50 cents. Well, I'll lose 50% of my money.
Correct.
I'll be at $500. To be honest, I am not going to be crying.
Exactly, and I like I like why you're bringing that up. So what would be the best thing? I don't care if you're only going to put $100 in it, but what would be the best thing to do is to DCA your way down.
Yep. And I would say that right now, I'll just tell you,
Yeah.
I'm actually personally beginning my DCA journey on Mana.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait till the Fed announcement tomorrow.
Yes.
But I'll tell you that dollar is very attractive on Mana,
Yeah.
especially when you consider that this is basically between a $5 to $7 coin.
Right, and this is what happens in a situation like this where there's a looming recession, we're in a bear market, and we could already be in a recession. This is what happens. Certain things with stock are already oversold, okay? And I look for the distressed ones, the ones that are oversold and are just at a cheap evaluation.
Yeah, Mana got oversold because there are some new metaverses on the horizon.
Right.
But there's some great leadership. I'll tell you, the leadership behind Mana is actually some of the oldest leadership.
And the overall Decentraland is kind of pushed back. And so it's in a time like this, people are looking at, okay, well, that's years down the road. So let me take my money, my liquidity, and put it elsewhere.
Yep.
And that's another thing that's happening.
It's going to be the leadership teams that have a strong base that are going to move forward.
Correct.
There's a lot of metaverses that I'm keeping an eye on that are interesting, but they're totally unproven and untried. They've never been through a bearish winter. Mana's been through a number. They're survivors, so something to keep in mind.
Okay.
All right, hey, we're going to do one more. We're going to talk about Matic. Larry, lead us off on Matic. You've traded a lot of Matic and owned a lot of Matic over the last couple of years.
I have. And I like Matic. So I'm going to tell you why I like Polygon.
Okay.
All right. So my theory on being in the fastest moving car, right? And so at first it was Bitcoin, 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 right? Then Ethereum. And everybody was waiting on the great flippening, meaning Ethereum is going to have even a higher market cap after, down the road. But Ethereum,
it's gotten close at times.
It's gotten close. But the ramp up, the multiples of money that you can make on Ethereum, it's the fastest moving car, right? Bitcoin, goes up 10%, Ethereum goes up 15%. Understand what I'm saying? So it's moving at a faster rate, which makes you make more money. Then comes Solana. Solana now could be moving faster than Ethereum because Solana could kill Ethereum because of gas fees, right?
Yep.
And then what's coming after Solana, to me, that's the next fast moving car in this space where platforms, NFTs are being built on, is Matic. And so I see Matic as a low cap, fast moving car. But we're just stuck in this period right now where we're in a bear market. So I believe that you can multiply down the road, you'll be able to multiply your money even faster. So my theory with crypto is I like to be in the fastest moving car. Because at the end of the day, it's how much money are you going to make on your money?
I think that that Matic has definitely caught the eye of a lot of investors. I know Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, has one of his largest positions is in Matic.
He sees what I see.
I would agree.
Yep.
So hey, let's look at the technicals, Larry. Can you throw us into the charts? So let's just go back to what I did earlier, where we're going to take a look and see where we're at from the all-time high. And we are, folks, 73% down. So that's that.
Crypto winner.
Crypto winner, yeah. And so what I'm going to say is this. So we have a potential floor back here of around, well, I'm going to give it to you, let's say 40 cents. So let's say, you got to remember that if the difference between going down from 80 to 90% is 50%.
Right.
So, there is, this is why you want to DCA on some of these great names perhaps now, but you don't want to go all in because again, you put $1,000 in, it drops that additional 10%. That's going to be 50% down.
If I had $1,000 to put in it right now, I'd be doing $50 a week.
Yep, that's
how
very reasonable.
Slow I would be moving right now because we got time. If you don't think we have time, the market has been falling since January.
It's not going to recover to those highs in a week or a day or a month.
So we got time to DCA through it.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. So hey, we're going to cut it off on cryptos. If you guys want your crypto to be talked about, we're going to discuss new cryptos each week. Put that in the comments section. In the link of the description of this video is Mumu. And if you download that and Webull, if you download those and you put $100 in, on Mumu, we're doing the small account challenge and we're giving updates on Monday. You're not behind because we were extremely patient with our price entries and we only got those in the last 2 days. Yeah. And we are, so you may be doing even better than us because the price is lower.
Right.
So don't delay. I'm going to leave a link to that video in the description at the tail end of this video and you guys can check that out.
Can I say one thing? For those of you that already have Webull and you're seeing a lot of red, the best thing for you to do is not look at it so much. I'm dead serious. It's a psychological thing. Open up a new platform. I tell you, I got 5. You don't need 5, but you need multiple platforms. If you've opened up Mumu, put $100 in there to get started, that $100 is protected because you don't have it invested in anything. The one thing you want to have when we see a clear buy signal is cash, and you need it in your trading platforms. And if you already have another trading platform, then that's fine. Okay. So, but we want you to be prepared for when things turn around.
Well, and I'm going to add a little bit of a commentary on psychology of investing in crypto, Larry. Yeah. And that's that I have almost all of the exchanges, and I'm going to tell you why. Yeah. When I started getting
into,
he's
insane.
Well, anyway, I'm going to give you my reason. So
no, I already know.
I didn't feel comfortable putting such large sums of money onto any one of these exchanges.
I agree with you.
And so I just wasn't willing to take that risk. And so I kind of took an approach.
Yeah.
I mean, if it were like Fidelity, I would have
Yes,
no
no problem.
But you know, when you're dealing,
Legacy.
and I did my research. I mean, I'm in KuCoin and Gate.io and a number of them, FTX and Bybit. But I didn't want to put all my money on one because I was concerned that maybe I'd make a mistake.
Yeah.
Some of the movement of money with crypto is new. You're not dealing with a...
Truth be told, once you learn one,
They do begin to get easy.
They begin to get easy.
But there is a learning curve on it.
Yes, there it is. But like if you're already trading on Webull, you know, that's where we do our swing trading with crypto. And then there's a link below for Coinbase. That's where we do our holding.
Yep. Hey, we're going to cut it off. We enjoyed this time with you guys. You know, go ahead and leave us a comment about whatever crypto you want us to cover. And, you know, I appreciate you letting me be part of your journey, Larry.
Thank you. Hey, live, love, laugh, and learn, good people. We love you guys.
Thank you. Blessings.
Right here. Peace.